All right, so small update. So uh over today, right? So I bought two 100K Top Steps. Didn't buy the three because I never actually got a payout on the 50Ks, but I've saved up enough money where I can confidently, risk 200 and the activation 300 for them. I'm willing to spend 300, but not exactly 750. So just on two right now, but that's perfectly fine with me. Um My one of the ones that have the smaller consistency rule that I need like 1.9K on. Uh I believe it's at I made like 600 above. Basically started a little bit below drawdown, so I'm at like 50.6K now. So 600 in profit basically. And so I need two 700 trades, and that's how I'm gonna go about it. I'm just gonna risk it like an eval kind of like I'm gonna be risking probably like 500 each trade. And yeah, try to get that payout while I'm also passing evals. Mistake I made on the evals is I made my trade limit one a day, which is fine. But what I didn't think about was number one, if I get break even or something, I can always have another trade to go on. It doesn't have to be loss or win. So I didn't think about that. And also, I wanted to test out the trade, like entering and exiting, make sure it's all copied and everything. So I entered one micro, exited, flattened all, and then I was like, and then, and then it said lockout. And I'm like, bro, that counted as my fucking trade. So literally can't do anything about that. I was just locked out for the rest of the day after I tested out the micro. So first day on the evals, couldn't trade it. Um, I don't know what I would have taken necessarily. I think there was something at like 230 looks like, but let's get into it. So going into the day, I am bullish long term, but I am willing to see shorts if it does happen. Um, so yeah, what I'm looking at, right, is we're chopping basically. We're in a big range. I want to see us break out of this range kind of. We put in an SMT right here. Nasdaq sweeps us out, NQ doesn't, and then we dump really fucking hard. Absolutely zero fucking retraces. Your entry could have been that, but like, bro, literally no retrace. We sweep out this low, right? And so like all my bearish targets are hit besides like this low all the way down here. But looking on the 4 hour, right? I'm bullish, right? I'm bullish to these highs. We're extremely bullish. We just tapped into this range, tapped into this 4 hour gap, tapped into a daily gap too. And also we are in equilibrium of this range and we reject off of it. So I'm not taking shorts at all. Like I'm so confident that this shit is gonna run to these highs and then eventually to those daily highs over there. So after that, I wanted longs. So what do we see? Right? We dumped a shit ton, right? We just tapped this shit and I want longs. So what do we see? We come up, right? We get good displacement off of this 4 hour. Yeah, same thing, taps to the 4 hour, all that shit, right? So there is a hold on, let me get rid of this because we already went over this shit, right? So we're in a spot where we expect to reject. We want longs. So we have a tiny, tiny 5 minute gap right here, and a big 5 minute gap that which is my target, right? So what do? We tap into this 5 minute gap. We get a little bit of rejection, but we are in this big um, you know, buy side imbalance, and then we get an inverse right here. What I usually trade is continuations, but this was so obvious to me that we just wanted to go higher to at least rebalance up to here. So what I took was entry on that inverse, stops down here, TP right there, went break even at this high right here, and yeah, trade ran. I would have taken this on my evals. I would have made probably 1.2K on it. Um, But, it's whatever. Um, yeah, it's just whatever. There's nothing I can really do about it. Like, yeah, I couldn't trade again on it. So, which actually after this video, I'm gonna switch the rules. Basically, what I'm gonna do is like I'm not gonna put a limit on, but when I lose or when I win, I can manually lock out. So I'm just gonna manually lock out my leading account so I can't trade it. Um, but yeah, so we tap into this gap, right? And then we get, 5 minute reversal right here, right? 5 minute gap. We close below that. This is honestly not a bad short to retake this low. I would not target any lower, but to retake that low, not bad. Stops probably would have been like here, like 1.5 R, you know. Um, yeah, so you inverse everything in the leg besides the 5 minute did close, obviously. We had a 3 minute gap, I believe, that we still had lower that we didn't exactly inverse yet. But then like again, like do you think that this 3 minute gap is really gonna hold us after the 5 minute inverse coming from a 15-minute gap? No, So that was his trade idea. Honestly, not bad. This is something I would take, but like I'm also just confident in longs, so confident in longs. Why would I take shorts when I know I can catch the bigger move to the, buy side? Um, but how you would play this, right, is you would go break even at this low, right? We swept that and then immediately reversed. This candle right here is fucking disgusting. We should not do that shit if we're going to this low. Um, and yeah, so we end up, chopping around, doing all that shit, right? We inverse this on the 5. But guess what? There is literally fucking no reason why you should short there, right? We didn't sweep this high. We're coming from literally nowhere, and our draw is higher. So, hmm. Oh, this is the other thing I was looking at, right? Put in an SMT in this, I believe is like a probably an hourly gap at that point. Put him SMT at this high, we get a 5 minute inverse, right? This is fine, in my opinion. If you want to take it to like these lows or something, that's a fine trade, but you have to go break even at this 5 minute gap. Because if we support that, then like, bro, you're cooked, because we are long. So basically, when you have a draw on liquidity, don't trade against it. Just wait for a setup to go towards it, and like your win is going to be higher. You're going to catch better trades. You're less likely to get break evens. So that's what I've been learning. And then also, yeah, this is where the trade I would take. Um, yeah, like obviously there's a 5 minute gap here. We get this flip off of definitely equilibrium, right? Yeah. This flip off of equilibrium, like, bro, you should not come back to this low. There's no way you're coming back to that shit. Hold it a little after or something. 1.5 R. Would I be break even here? 1,000 times. Yes. Actually, did ES take this high? ES probably did. Yeah, ES put an SMT there, so you kind of have to be break even. Um, and then would there be a re-entry really? No, there really wouldn't be a re-entry. So overall, only besides that one setup that's not a continuation, actually reversal, uh there would have been no other trades unless I literally just, if I'm looking at this, right, put him in the S&T at this low, and then we get a 5 minute reaction. Um Honestly, like, because like this is low resistance, does it all still be swept kind of? But like, on the 4 hour, bro, like we're not gonna sweep this low, bro. We're respecting, you know, equilibrium OTE of the range perfectly. We're literally gonna flush through this and then we're just gonna go higher. So Asia might pop off. Who knows? I'm gonna be at the gym, sadly. But yeah, that's it for the day.